What is up, folks? Briston Gaming back with another episode of 7 Days to Die Mods Weekly, the show where we help you figure out what mods are good for you. And this week, as you can see here, we have a cool week ahead of us. The last mod especially, I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy. But before we jump into anything, I do want to take a second to say thank you all for the likes, the subscribes, the kind words, all the support you guys have given me. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. And I want to let you guys know that there are some stuff in the works for doing some series playthroughs, one for sorcery, one for rebirth, and one kind of special, just, hey, I thought this was kind of fun. Let's see what happens. And also, I want to thank the mod authors because you guys are freaking killing it. You guys are constantly coming up with new mods, updating old mods, just making this game so much more fun. Thank you so much for what you guys do. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into the mods. And the first mod is the Reclass by Tristram / Valmar, and this is an overhaul of the Reclass Tristram edition. So this is actually better. There is a downside, which I'm going to point out here in a second. So when you spawn in, though, you get this bug out bag. So you have to go to recipes, and then you pick, kind of what you want. So you can do wild card, veteran, random items. Could be really weird stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pick firefighter. So we're going to go craft. So then when it crafts, you click open. Now you see you get a bunch of different stuff. Now, one cool thing is it does give you all the material you need to complete the little beginner stuff. However, this is the downside here. So these accessory tokens, when you click on recipes, the only way you can get the items for this is by crafting them at a workbench. So that's the downside because you're not going to have a workbench early game. And unfortunately, with how Alpha 20 works now, all the stuff you find out in the wild, workbenches, cement mixer, stuff like that is broken. So it does kind of force you to spec into getting those the workbench stuff crafted ASAP, as opposed to how some people might want to do it. But it is still really cool because you can get a variety of different stuff. You get different tokens, things like that. But I'm going to come back here to the vehicle token real quick. So with this mod, the higher the number, the better. So 4 tokens to craft the 4x4 truck versus the motorcycle. And this is why it's really cool because you get a limited number of tokens to craft stuff. Now, if you're playing with friends, this is really where it can come in handy because you guys can pull your tokens, have one person sacrifice tokens for getting you guys a 4x4, have one person sacrifice tokens to get better guns or ammo, stuff like that. So this is why it's really cool because this mod gives you an opportunity to really, boost your early game stuff because I used to play and spec almost just everything into the intelligence tree, but I kind of got away from that and I've, been exploring some other stuff and now I've had a lot of fun. So this mod saves you from having to go, sort of kind of saves you from having to go too far into the intelligence tree. And it is kind of cool that you can get, different stuff or different kind of tool tokens. So, you can do anvil. And if you've got other friends that you're playing with, like I said, you guys can combine stuff because, you might want a crucible. And as you see, if I type in crucible schematic, we need schematic tokens with 3 of them. Well, we don't have them with this character or with this pack that we picked, but we could get them from other stuff. So that's why it's actually really a good idea to be able to look for this stuff or to combine these with your friends, things like that. And just all in all, in general, it's just a really cool mod to be able to, select what kind of weapons you get early game. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright, folks, so this last mod, as you see here, is called the Stainless Steel Again by Buggy. And it's a cool mod that gives you an ultra late game, super high durability stainless steel blocks. So I've got this little normal frame here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upgrade it to wood. Now we're going to upgrade it to cobblestone, now to the concrete, now to steel, and then stainless steel. And then look at this. Boom, 30,000 HP. That's a lot. And it is an in-game item, so you have this steel polish here. So if we say steel, and we look at... Nope. Fine, we'll just do polish. So to make the steel polish, you need oil and aloe cream. So you start farming this stuff, and it, lets you make this stuff. And you're not going to be able to do the, steel blocks early, because you're not going to have the steel for them until probably about day, depending upon how you play, I want to say around day 40-ish, day 50-ish, which in my experience is kind of when people start to get bored, get away from the game. This is going to give you an ultra high durability block, so you can do different, kind of base testing, like this crazy base over here I put together. I just kind of threw this thing together. I'm playing on a whoa, lady scared me. This game I'm playing on is a horde night every night, with the alert turned off. So I just kind of threw this together to test it out and see how it would work, and then just, let zombies beat on it for a while, and it's worked kind of well. I mean, it's just a goofy design that I was like, let's see how well this does. But that's why I like the stainless steel, because, you can test out different base designs, especially, you want to play on a harder play style, or just, do goofy builds with high durability and see how they handle against a horde, or just, just you're a new player and you don't want to struggle, so you want something that's going to just last you well. Like Lunabug uses this, and I've said it 1,000 times before, and I'll keep saying it. She's very noobish, and this mod is perfect for her, because when she upgrades her base, she's good. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright folks, as you guys can see here, this mod is the Telric's Flamethrower, which this guy is so kind to test for us. Look at that. Look at that. Man. Telric does good particle effects. Telric does make some really nice stuff. So, this mod is super cool, and I wish, this were something in the game, because just the look of it in general looks really good. Like, I'm going to go ahead and hit F7 real quick so you guys can see. Like, this looks like something we would cobble together, kind of like the pipe weapons and stuff like that. So, why is this not part of the game? Like, I don't understand why having a weapon like this isn't already part of the game. Let it be a late game item, Makes sense, right? And then the cool thing is you've got different kinds of flame colors that you can add on. So we go to modify. We're going to add the green. Oop, I got to do. So we're going to spawn in a couple yos, and we're going to light them up with some green flames. Look at that. And it just looks good. And then my personal favorite's the pink one looks really nice. We're gonna actually throw that one in. Reload again. Look at that. It says pink, but it looks more purplish to me. Man, that looks good. I love the way that looks. It's so good. And so we're gonna spawn in a bunch of yos. You guys can see there's just a butt ton of them here. We'll light them on fire. And watch it how well this flamethrower does at clearing out a group of about a dozen or so. He's getting enraged. Gotta reload. The reload animation is kind of weird, but I do love just how this thing looks. So we got 1 dead, 2 dead, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on, you guys are the last 2. Oh, last 1. There we go. 11 of them. Man. This thing is so cool. Like, Telric does really good mods. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it, because Telric does do good mods, and I love this weapon. It is by far and away one of my absolute favorite weapons. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the last mod. Alright folks, so this last mod is a really awesome mod. It is the Flexible Skill Progression by DCM4N, and it's a really neat mod that what it does is, so instead of your perks and stuff being limited by leveling these things up, they're instead limited by character level. So what I mean is, so like, things like Deadeye or Boomstick that have, 5 levels. To unlock these, you have to be character level 40 to get level 5, 30 to get level 4. So it's based on your character level, which the reason why I like this so much is because it gives levels a point instead of just to get the skill points, like now, you actually want to focus leveling and do other stuff, because in the normal vanilla gameplay, levels are really just, they're pointless, honestly. I mean, you just get a skill point, but this kind of gates it. And I hate being forced into strength constantly in order to unlock stuff, or to be in intelligence. I hate being forced to put a ton of points into one of these things to be able to unlock something else. I don't like it. Now, there's other mods that, take that away, but then, what's the point of doing some of these other stuff? Well, this makes it to where now, these things are gated behind character levels. So you can save up some skill points, and if you find yourself using these weapons, like, the hammers, clubs, shotguns, and stuff like that, you can do, you can put some points in here, but you can save them up as well if like, okay, I'm going to want to do Sexy Rexy, I'm going to want to do this, I'm going to want to do that, I'm going to want to do these things. You can put them through. And also, this really does make the early gameplay a lot more interesting until you start getting some levels under you and you start unlocking some of these skills. Sexy Rexy is one of the things that most people spec into right away. Well, as you guys saw, I'll come back to it real quick. If we go to Sexy Rexy, you can't put a point into it until level 10. So, you're going to be spending a lot more time, leveling your character up. Same as parkour, same as, roll 1 cardio, you can do level 10. So you're going to be spending more time focusing on leveling and doing other stuff and planning out builds, as opposed to just, putting skill points here and there. That's why I like this mod. I think a lot of people are too, because it really does make early game a little bit more challenging, but also frees you from having to invest points in fortitude or intelligence or something you might not want to put points into just to unlock one thing that you need for whatever reason. But with that, we are done for the week, folks. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you had fun. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Have fun, take it easy, and we will see you next time.